My question is, how does one know that one is listening to the brain or the heart? How do you differentiate between that?
I'm speaking something really, I'm not speaking conceptually here. This is not philosophy. This is something that is tied to, especially if the person is asking, to his own experience, what we talk about the khutbah, but now you're taking all those very specific things that I'm speaking, and you are opening it up as if it's a philosophical question. Do you understand me? Now be specific. Give me an example and I'll give you that. Because it's not binary. That when I'm speaking to him, he knows exactly what it's about. This is very specific. Did you understand the specificity of that? You didn't. If you understood, then you're not going to take that for yourself because it doesn't fit. We started off with that. And that is very specific. I'm trying to make everyone to understand, but he understands more. It has to be. He has a question, I want everyone to try to understand, but he will understand it more because I'm addressing directly to his experience. Same words, and he knows, and you know. That is not something that is binary. Heart or head, black or white. It's not like that. What is specific in that? That's why I'm saying talk about the context first. That is the context. You didn't explain the context, you just got the concept, the idea, but you don't know the situation. That's why when you first started off, I know it's all the flags already there. I was like, don't rephrase it properly. Because you're going to take something into just a question of philosophy, and then we'll all be Pakistani uncles, crossing our arms, sipping chai, and talking concepts. And then, because it's just a concept, everyone is just shooting in the dark, because it's not specific, right? It's just shooting in the dark. And then somebody says, oh, no, it's like this. It's, oh, no, it's like this. And everyone is wrong, and everyone is right. Where does it go? Nowhere. Let Masood answer this. That pertains to him. If he asks you the question. No. Pertaining to you, your situation. Try to make him to understand. You don't have to get into very, very specific things. When I say to you, stop that, right? Did I even use the word heart? Listen to your heart? No. That's your words, you see. You see how careful I have to be? I didn't put it as binary. I did not. You put it into something, a philosophical discussion, a debate. Something that's two opposites. I never used the word heart. I didn't say heart to him. I say just stop it. Stop all of that. Know yourself. Know whatever that is wrong there and stop it. Don't sit and talk to your ego. Don't trust yourself. Isn't that a lot of the stuff that I said? Don't trust in your own reason. Don't trust in your reasoning process so much. Do not. Especially when it's negative. Concerning what? Let's say concerning matters of obedience. You understand? Let's say you have one day shaitan sits on your shoulders and you start doubting Islam, or you start doubting tariqat, or you start doubting following. Then does it make sense to you now? Because now this is about, I said, don't listen to doubts. Don't listen to doubts. How many times, Shaykh Effendi, even more on the head, he's saying it. Huh? Get rid of your doubts. He didn't even say talk, reason them. I explain. He does is get rid of them, he says. I don't even want to see them. Yes? So this doubts that does this have anything to do with heart and head? So your question is completely irrelevant to the discussion. So now to rephrase that, you're trying to get at something.
So let me. Maybe I can explain better. The other day, I was there's something that happened, and I was looking at my response to that thing, and I started to realize that I have a way of responding to this thing, and I have always done that. But that habit is so strong that it kept pushing, and I kept pushing back. And then it kept pushing from different direction, do this. My question was in regards to that, and when you say that the heart becomes hard, and and you didn't say that, but heart is the seat of...
You're mixing all the words that you can find in the soul that for half hour, and you're just putting it there, huh?
So my question was in context to this.
Good, didn't I say to you, explain the context first before you talk about the concept? I warned you. I knew this was going to happen.
So in context to that, when that happens...
people still don't know the context. I sort of have an idea.
The context of when there is a habit of responding to something, and that habit is very strong, and it keeps pushing at you.
We are in tariqat to do what?
Push back to that.
What?
To follow Shaykh.
First time you mentioned the word Shaykh. First time you mentioned the word Shaykh. Which is, the Shaykh is telling you to follow the Sunnah. So first time you sort of mentioned the Sunnah that you've let this in. You're just talking about yourself. Yourself. Other people, yourself. The khutbah is saying, you just have to ask yourself, yes? Whatever I'm doing, is it pleasing to Allah? Will Allah and His beloved, will they like it? If you're following a Shaykh, it's so much easier because now the interpretation is not so wide. It's more narrow. Yes? Everyone can claim, I'm doing this for Allah's sake. Interpretation is so wide. What does it mean? I'm doing this for Prophet's sake. What does it mean? But when you're following a guide, then it becomes more narrow, becomes more specific. You cannot have wriggle room anymore. You cannot be slick. Your ego cannot be. So now you're saying, okay, I have a habit of doing things. The first thing, if I were you, the first thing that I would say is, this habit, is my Shaykh liking it or not? Does he approve? Is this the way he does it? Is this the way the Prophet does it? If you're putting them out, that means that you are actually saying they have no relevance to this context. They have no relevance to your life. This is religion and this is life. Exactly what I said before, yes? We're not talking about a habit of you, let's say, giving medicine to people, a habit of you, giving medical advice. We're not something that's so specific that you may say, oh, but my Shaykh is not a doctor. He wouldn't be able to. It's not that specific. Even if it were, we're looking at the spirit of things. They can advise us. So first you have to ask, is this what my Shaykh taught me? This is how I'm supposed to behave. Not how you behave, not a habit. Who cares about a habit? Again, going back to that. Habitual is to reason. Habitual is to think it out. Habitual is to invite it to sit down next to you all night long. You're talking to it. That is a habit. I say, stop that. Don't talk to your ego. Especially when this is not the first time. You've gone through it 1,000 times. It never gives you anything. Stop it. What do you need? You still cannot? Are you crazy or are you stupid? No, you're not. Then why are you not doing it? You have the choice. You're going to distract. You're going to do other things. You're going to go to sleep. Do you understand me? Habit now. He's talking kind of like the same thing. This is my way of thinking. It's also a habit. Who cares? We want to get rid of all habits, don't we? We only want the habits of the awliyas, the habits of the Prophet ﷺ. Isn't that the whole point again? So why are we talking about habits now? So you ask, is my Shaykh saying to behave like this? Will he like it? This is what is guided by the Prophet. You answer all those questions. If it's yes, then okay. Then duke it out. See what works. Maybe you're missing some points, maybe you're misunderstanding, but there is still work to be done because it's clear this is what you're supposed to do, sanctioned by Allah and His Prophet. You understand? But if it is not, I don't care. You should not care too. Then 7 billion people have 7 billion ways of dealing with this. Truth is one. Do you understand me? Okay. So now you're going to look at it. You say, Shaykh doesn't like this, then don't. Especially if it's a bitter pill to swallow. This is my habit, is to shout back. But is this really done? Again, it's tricky because in tariqat, it's also, you have to understand the trickiness of tariqat, to understand the trickiness of shaitan, to understand the trickiness of your ego. Ego is very tricky. Because a shaykh can display it like what you did. I've used maybe let's say 1,000 words. But it doesn't mean that if you take these words and you jumble them up, it's still the shaykh's words. Yes? Then you say, okay, well, I can shout because Shaykh shouted also. Again, you're not looking at the context. You're not looking at the story. Quran is filled with stories. Talking about something and then becoming very specific, isn't it? Talking about something general, something big, something cosmic, and then becoming so specific, up to like the specific words of a specific person speaking this. Yes or no? Do you understand me? Otherwise, it just becomes what? Oh, no, it's not about money. It's a matter of honor. Yeah, you understand? Everyone will misinterpret. No, it's about money. It's only about $20. You can't forgive? No, it's not about the money. He betrayed my trust. We are in the way of tariqat. If shariat, you may do that. Judge and you will also be judged. The way of tariqat is understanding Allah's mercy so we can be merciful, because that is the major characteristic of the Prophet of mercy. So then it becomes, no, it's the wrong protocol. Why is Shaykh doing this? Don't you know for a mirror to even ask those questions how dangerous it is? It's not I'm interested to know what is the reason. Do you understand? And it's not just using words. One is already judging and the other one is like, no, I'm not judging, but this is interesting. I'm curious. You're opening yourself up now to possibilities. You're opening your heart now to possibility of looking at it in a different way, feeling different things. Not judging. That time you close your heart. And our hearts are meant to expand. Do you understand? So, people are saying, oh, well, this has to go according to protocol. Whose protocol? It's a matter of honor. Whose honor? In Jahiliyyah, they were fighting for generations out of a sense of honor too. That's why I'm looking. So many people, they are like that. Small thing they can't let go. They can't forgive. But they know Quran, they know so much, they follow so many years, but they cannot forgive. They still be very grouchy and very cranky and very negative. They're not open, they're not stepping on their ego to accept, this is my family, this is my brother. Right? I know those who are trying, and I know those who are not trying. We should put this into our heart. So don't trust yourself so much if it is not in the way of the Prophet ﷺ. If it is not in the way of the Prophet explained, don't trust yourself. Don't even trust your feelings. Your feelings, oh, I still have feelings. Who's saying your feelings are correct? Who says your feelings are correct? I still have feelings. Who gave you those feelings? Or is the owner? Qutbah is also saying everything has to return to its owner. So you're still insisting. Okay, insist. Continue. Then we're going to see what's going to happen. Ending is not good. Should try. Okay. Fatiha.